Hello, students. I'm Sam sir, and we are in the chapter known as Lifelines of National Economy. This is your chapter number 7. Since this is a long chapter, I have divided this into 3 parts. This is the first part of it, so be sure to watch the second part and third part also. Now, to start with, when we say lifeline, it means something without which the life is not going to be sustained. For example, if there's a patient bedridden and not able to eat and not able to breathe properly, then the oxygen supply to his nostrils is the lifeline, and the glucose saline drip in which nutrients are also being put and medicines are also put into his body, that is a lifeline. So, if these two things are not continued, then we say that the person's life is in danger. Now, the reason why we're studying about lifelines of the economy is because you know that there are three types of economic activities: primary, secondary, and tertiary. You also have quaternary, which is more into research and development and working with ideas. But primary are done in the rural areas, and they are involving the domains of Earth such as lithosphere, atmosphere, biosphere, and hydrosphere. The secondary and tertiary activities are performed in towns and cities, and secondary activities are also known as manufacturing, and tertiary are the services. Now, what joins them all together is the modes of communication and modes of transport. So, this is the reason why we are studying this chapter. Now, when we say means of transport, we have uh, broadly three means of transport. We have on land, and we have water, and we have air. In land, we have the roadways, we have the railways, and very interesting is the transportation by pipelines of material, which can be sent like that. In water, we have inland waterways and we have the overseas waterways. In air, we have the domestic airways and the international airways, and we also have public undertaking and private airlines. Now, what do we look for when you say transport system is good? Then what do we mean? We mean two. We mean different things when we are talking about different purposes. If it is for people, we require speed, safety, comfort, convenience, good services, and cost economy. If it is for goods, we require speed, cost economy. The goods should not be damaged in transit, and of course the service should be good. You should be able to know where your product has reached. Now, in India, 65% of the goods are moved by road, and 27 by rail, and 0.5% by waterways. Now, if you look at the economy, if you look at how much 1 liter of fuel can move, these are the figures. By road, you can move 24 tons, railways can move 85 tons in 1 liter of fuel, and the ships can move 105 tons in 1 liter of fuel. Now, if you look at the cost of transporting 1 ton of freight to a distance of 1 kilometer, in railways it will cost you 1 rupee 41 paisa, and in by the road it will cost you just double, 2 rupees 28 paisa, and waterways is the cheapest, 1 rupee 19 paisa. The reason is the waterways can carry lot of goods at the same time. That reduces the cost drastically. Then we talk about the need. The dense and efficient network of transport and communication is required. It is a prerequisite for national, local, and international trade, and that is directly correlating with the national, local, and international economy. Now, when we talk about roadways, India has one of the largest networks of roads in the world. We have some 58.9, almost 6 million kilometers of road. Now, roads have an advantage. They actually reach right to your doorsteps. Railways do not. And it's always easier to build a road and to maintain a road rather than to build a railway line and to maintain it. If a railway project is approved, it will take several years for it to get materialized. But that is not the problem with roads. Construction of roads is cheaper than laying railway lines, of course, and roads can be constructed over a variety of terrain, including steeper slope. It can be easily constructed in deserts or in rainforests or in the coastal areas. That is not the case with railways, but roadways makes door-to-door service possible. You order something and the guy comes to your doorstep and hands you that material which you ordered. But if you consider bringing something by train, if somebody from some other town books heavy material into a train, then be sure that you have to go to the railway station when your parcel arrives to bring it to your place. And if it is by air or by ship, then you have to go to the nearest airport or the shipping port. But roads really make it possible that you get your material at your door. Now that makes the cost of loading and unloading much lower because uh, the material is not handled again and again. Because if it is handled again and again, it will incur cost again and again. Road transport is used as a feeder to other modes of transport, as they can provide a link between railway stations, air, and seaports. This is a diagram to show door delivery. This picture shows the connection between roadways and shipping. This is a connection between roadways and airlines. Here, a tanker full of petrol is being shipped by aeroplane to the northeastern part of India. Here's the connection between trains and roadways. Now you have read about the golden quadrilateral of superhighways. They they link all the important places in the north and east and south and west. This road is Sher Shah Suri Marg. It's also known as National Highway Number One, and it links Delhi to Amritsar. It's also of historic importance. Now we talk about the Golden Quadrilateral Superhighways. This is a major development project linking Delhi, Kolkata, Chennai, and Mumbai by six-lane superhighways. The north-south corridors link Srinagar and Kanyakumari, and the east-west corridor connects Silchar and Porbandar. Now, the objective of this was to reduce time and distance between mega cities of India, and this is implemented by National Highway Authorities of India NHAI, and they construct and they maintain and they also collect the toll on these roads. Now this map shows the network of major highways in India. On the left, the lines which you see in red in color are they represented they represent the Golden Quadrilateral. Then you have the north-south corridor in blue color. You have the east-west corridor in light blue color, and then you have the National Highway Development Project in the third phase, which is also shown here. Now, this National Highway number 7 is the longest national highway in India. Right from Srinagar, this is National Highway number 44, goes up to Kanyakumari. So that's for your general knowledge and your multiple choice question. NH44 links Srinagar, passes all the way through different states of India and reaches Kanyakumari. Now, uh, national highways they link extreme parts of the country. They run on in north, south, and east, west direction. Highway number 1 is the historical Sher Shah Suri Marg, link Delhi and Amritsar. National Highway number 7 is 2,369 kilometers long, almost as long as the length of the country. And the national highways are laid and maintained by the Central Public Works Department, CPWD. You also have state highways which link the state capital with different district headquarters. For example, if you're living in Rajasthan, then you have state highways linking Churu and Jaipur, Alwar and Jaipur, Ajmer and Jaipur, like that. The districts with the state capital. These roads are constructed and maintained by the respective states' public welfare works department. Then you have further down you have the district roads. They connect the district headquarters. For example, Churu getting connected with its neighboring district, Sikar, for example. These roads are maintained by Zilla Parishad. Then you have other roads which are linking rural areas and towns and villages. These roads received special impetus under Pradhan Mantri Gramin Sadak Yojana, and special provisions are made so that every village in the country is linked to a major town in the country by an all-season motorable road. Motorable road is one on which you can travel by a vehicle in any season, even in rainy season. Now we have an organization known as Border Roads Organization, and they have an important work of constructing and maintaining roads in the borders of the country, and all on the border of the country with the different neighboring countries. We have different borders, and it's a very important and difficult job they do. Can you imagine traveling on a road like this? This is a border road constructed by the BRO, and it shows a convoy of military vehicles on the Himalayas. This is again a good road constructed by Border Roads Organization in the Himalayas and the Ladakh area. During a heavy snowstorm, they also have the responsibility of keeping the roads cleared. And this actually happens between Jammu and Srinagar, or Srinagar and further distances. Yes, this is a traffic jam. This is a Himalayan traffic jam. Unbelievable but true. The area of work for Border Roads Organization is as in the first paragraph of this slide. Now they have the credit of constructing some 43,567 kilometers of roads in very difficult remote areas of the country. You know the recent standoff of India and China on Pangang So, and there you know that the activities of Border Roads Organization when they construct new routes, it gives a cause of concern to China or to other countries which are not in very good terms with us. The BRO is a organization. It's an organization of civil engineers, and they are responsible for providing civil construction and engineering services to the armed forces of India, whether it's in wartime or in peacetime. They also maintain road networks in India's border areas, and friendly neighboring countries. We have a landlocked neighboring country, very good in terms with us, that is Bangladesh, to some extent Bhutan. The border roads are vital road links along the frontiers of our country. These roads are of strategic importance. They have proved improved accessibility in areas of difficult terrain, mainly in the northern and northeastern border areas. They have played a major role in the economic development of these areas, because we have to remember it's not just a military movement in those areas. There are people living there as well, and for those people, these roads become the lifelines. So that's important for you to know. Now, this why this is put in the syllabus is for you to develop awareness of the border roads, and also the economic role they play, and also the reason why this portion is here in a chapter is for you to understand that uh, they, they 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 are very vital because of the military strategies and the relationship between India and its neighboring countries. When we talk about the construction material of roads, we have the unmetalled road as on the left. These are not covered with cement or concrete or bitumen coat, and they can be difficult to use in rainy seasons. In contrast, other metalled roads, they are covered with cement, concrete, or bitumen coal. And these are truly all-weather roads. The definition of road density is the length of road per 100 square kilometer of an area. And this actually correlates directly to the status of development of a country. A poor country will not have much road density. Even an area which is difficult uh, in physiography will not have much road density. If you consider the road density of Jammu and Kashmir, it's just 12.14 kilometer uh, per 100 square kilometer of area. That's because of the difficult terrain there. The relief is difficult. On the contrasting side is the road density of Kerala, a coastal plain, 517.77 kilometers per 100 square kilometer of area. The average for the country is about 143 kilometers. Now, the road network is inadequate when traffic and passengers are considered. Even we have almost 6 million kilometers of roads. Even that is considered inadequate now. And uh, although we have a good length of roads, almost 50% of it is unmetalled. They are not covered with tar, and they can be difficult to use in rainy seasons. We also have the problem of congested roads in cities. We have bridges which are outdated. Once upon a time, they were good enough. Some bridges are lasting for more than 100 years. This is the end of part 1 of the chapter. Be sure to watch part 2 and 3 and give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Bye till then.